hope you join us again, but in the meantime, bye for now. Hi everyone, welcome. This is part 2 of replacing the foam in your Caravan cushions. Now, as I explained in part 1, which I've just finished editing, we are going to be doing the button side of it. Now, it's not as difficult as you might think, but you do need a few tools. So what we're going to do now is show you, first of all, the tools you're going to need to replace the buttons in your Caravan seat cushions. So the tools we're going to use today are a sharp pair of scissors, an upholstery needle which is approximately 20 centimeters long, and you're going to need a minimum of 12 meters of standard upholstery buttoning twine. This is nylon and it's very strong and very durable. So taking a sharp pair of scissors, we're going to compress the foam as much as we can so that we can get a hold of the actual tape. Get a sharp pair of scissors and just slip and cut that off. So we need to do that in this case with all 10 on the seat foam now. So I'll get on with that and I'll come back to you. So we've now removed all of the 10 T-bars from the buttons on the reverse. So we turn the cushion over and we now take a hold of the buttons. So as we're doing with this one, and we're just going to slowly pull up, and as you can see, we have the button with the tape. And we're not going to remove this, we're going to keep this, and I'll explain why in a minute. So I will now remove all 10 buttons from the top of the upholstery. So now we have all our buttons still with the tapes attached to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some upholstery button twine, which I've got here. Now you can buy this by the metre. You're going to need at least 12 metres of it in order to do both cushions if you've got buttons like me. Now what I do is I cut them off in lengths like this, which is approximately 60 centimetres, like so. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the button itself and we're going to make a loop in the twine. We're going to pass the upholstery tape through from the bottom and basically as close as we can to the top near the button itself, we're going to tie a knot like so. So as you can see, we've tied the knot and it's very safe now and secure. So we now have all our buttons with the twine and they all have the tails and they're ready to go. Now in order to fix them on the other side, I don't have a tufting needle which will fit a T-bar. So what we're going to use instead is we're going to use some upholstery buttons like this. Now these I purchased off online and they're ready-made and they're very simple and straightforward to use. So the tool we're going to be using in order to push the twine through is an upholstery needle like that, which has an eye on it, like so. So the first thing we're going to do is take our upholstery needle and we're going to find the original hole that's in the upholstery itself, which is there. And we're going to push the needle all the way through. Now what we need to do is make sure that the needle comes out on the other side where the other hole is. So we'll just make sure that that happens now. So we've now found that the needle has gone through the hole, the original hole, and is ready to receive the thread from the other side. Now I had to do this on an angle, so whoever actually put this in didn't do it quite straight when it was manufactured, but if you persevere you'll get it right. So let's now thread the needle. So what we're going to do now is thread the needle. So we're going to put the upholstery twine through the needle like so and pull it as far as we possibly can. like so. Now we don't have to worry about that. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut that tail off now. So taking our scissors, we're going to snip it as close as we possibly can. So that's now ready to go. So what we're going to do now is pull the needle through, and that will draw the button down on the hole itself. So as you can see now, we've got the thread. So all I have to do is remember which side it is. I've just found it. And we're going to pull the thread through. Like so. And remove the needle. So taking our twine, what we're going to do is feed one end through the button itself. Like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a slip knot so that we can tie it tight. Like so. We're going to pull on this slip knot as tight as we possibly can so that it depresses the upholstery button underneath. So I'll just feel that so that I'm happy with it. Right, that's nice and tight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pass the button thread underneath the button itself, like so, and we're just going to tie a conventional knot in it to secure it so it won't come off, like so. Do this a couple of times so that you're 100% certain that the thread is not going to come off. There we go. Like so. Pass under again, tie your final knot, and that should secure it. And as you can see, it's actually given us a little divot inside the foam as well, so we know that that's very secure now. Now when you're happy with it, take both of the threads and your scissors and just snip it as close as you can to it, and then push that underneath so you've got a nice neat finish like so. So as you can see, our button's now in place. Now if it's not running the same way as the pattern, you can always twist it and it'll still remain in situ. So I'm going to do all 10 buttons now and I'll come back to you. Well everyone, that's end of part 2 and the conclusion to replacing the foam in our Sprite Major 4 SB Caravan seat cushions. Now it is a little fiddly, but if you get the right tools, buy yourself one of them upholstery needles, quite a long sharp one, but be mindful of your fingers when you're pushing it through the other side. You can't go wrong, and remember, always measure twice before you do any cuts. So I'd like to thank you very much for joining us, and I do hope you join us again soon, but in the meantime, bye for now.